Right, so it's another edition of Medical Flash on KSTV with me, Kojo Silas. And today we are talking about something new. We are having a short but intensive discussion on malaria drugs, and its related issues. Why you have to take your first malaria drugs with an 8-hour interval and take the second dose with a 12-hour interval. Do you know why when you are taking malaria drugs, you don't take it with iron supplement or what we popularly call blood tonic? And to help me do this, help me welcome my brother and my friend, Dr. Morris, to help me do this.
My name is Dr. Morris. Okay, and I'll take you through malaria and its treatment. Okay, so malaria is caused by Plasmodium parasite. Different organisms we have that can cause malaria. You have your Plasmodium ovale, your Plasmodium vivax, your Plasmodium malaria, your Plasmodium falciparum, which is very common. These are very important. When you look at, so you have 5 different organisms that can cause the malaria. This is very important because if vivax is causing the malaria and you walk into a pharmacy shop and we do the rapid test and uh, the test is designed to pick only falciparum, it's possible that you can have the malaria parasite, but the test will be negative. So the surest way of knowing that one has malaria is using the microscope. But that established, these organisms that I mentioned, the Plasmodium knowlesi has a life cycle of 24 hours, whilst Plasmodium malaria has a life cycle of 72 hours. The rest that I mentioned, vivax, ovale, their life cycle is 48 hours. So all the so one has a life cycle of 24 hours, the other three have a life cycle of 48 hours, while your malaria has a life cycle of 72 hours. This is very important. That is how the drug designed to tackle malaria was based on. It was based on the life cycle. The longest is 72 hours. That's why the malaria therapy is it spans the drug spans for 3 days, which is for 72 hours. It's very important. That's why if you are giving, make sure that you take every drug to the last day. It is very important. And also when the malaria parasite infects someone, it goes into the liver, matures, then comes into the bloodstream, affecting the red blood cells. Right? This is very important because it feeds on the hemoglobin of the red blood cells. And the hemoglobin has an iron part. So the malaria parasite depends on the iron from the red blood cells. This is very important. That's why when you are treating the malaria, you advise that you don't take supplements or blood tonics that contain iron. You don't want to supply the parasites with your iron as it depends on it. This is very important in the treatment. And also, I established that when we are counseled to take the first dose, then the second dose will last. After you take the first dose, the second dose is to be taken after 8 hours. Then subsequently, there will be a 12-hour interval between the third dose and the fourth dose, and the fifth dose and the sixth dose. This is very important, and the rationale behind it, which I'll share with you, is that the malaria parasites they grow rapidly in the red blood cells. So when you are being diagnosed of malaria, we give the drug, and after giving the first drug, it is very important that as the malaria parasite is growing rapidly, you need to have enough and maximum and good enough concentration of the drug to be in the bloodstream. So after the first dose, you give a quick dose within the 8 hours. The rationale is to make sure that you have enough concentration of the drugs. It loads up to deal with the parasite in that phase. Then between the third dose and the fourth dose, now we move from achieving quick and high concentration between the third and fourth dose, which is the 12-hour interval. So after we've achieved it enough, we want to make sure that the concentration is steady enough. So now we move from 8 hours to 12-hour interval. With the rationale that it will stay steadily in the blood. The concentration of the drug will stay steadily in the blood to deal with the parasites. And I've already established that the 3 days will be enough. your malaria drugs, ensure that you take it as you've been cancelled to take it, and you stay away from foods or supplements that contain your iron, and you deal with it appropriately. Thank you very much.